Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is August 1st, 2021. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only, and I may hold positions in some of the securities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate that. Also, you can find me on Twitter at AlphaCharts365. Okay, so before we get started, let's do a little recap of what the market's actually doing, just to set the table. So I think in the Qs, this 368, 369 area right in here, I think that's the area I would like to see it take out. But overall, the trend is solidly higher, right? There's no reason to think that it's not. All the moving averages are in an uptrend. I think the bullish case is our SP, which is the equal weight SPX. On Thursday, I'm sorry, breaking out on Friday. You didn't get much follow through. You got a little bit of a pullback, but it hasn't been a false breakout yet, and the moving averages are starting to separate and move higher. So I think as long as price stays above 152-ish, I think that SPX will be starting a new uptrend, right? With RSP, and again, as breadth goes, it's nice to see that the equal weight is starting to move higher. That was actually the big knock on this market, right? It was a low breadth market. So we like to see that. I think also that SMH breaking out, semiconductors going to all-time highs and closing at all-time highs has got to be bullish, especially for technology stocks. This is a leading indicator, and with it breaking out to all-time highs, I think that a lot of technology stocks will follow suit. Another thing that I'm watching is going to be the Bitcoin chart. It had a 45% move off the bottom to the top. Now it's just kind of taking a breather here, at a level that you kind of expected a little bit, right? I mean, it's done it in the past here. It did it in the past over here. Over here kind of did a little bit. So I like it, if this can get above 42,000-ish, 43,000-ish, somewhere around there. I think this could continue to move higher, but as a risk on, risk off asset, this is kind of, move the market higher, as risk on, one of the major risk assets out there, highest risk asset out there. So I think if Bitcoin is moving higher, I think Ethereum above its VWAP from its all-time highs, I think that's a big deal. So I really like that. And another one that I'm watching is Polygon. Again, as a smaller speculative play, I think this is moving higher. So if crypto is moving higher in general, I think that is a risk on scenario for the markets, as indicators, right? All right, so let's get into the charts of 17 names that we're going to go over today, and one potential short squeeze candidates. First one is going to be GLBE. So Global E Online. I'm not sure about this lockup date, so I've heard conflicting dates on that, so it may not be accurate. It may be in November sometime, so we'll see. But I like this, the way this is breaking out here, 10% move higher. It kind of had no give back the next day, and even on Friday, no give back. And if you go to the line chart, you see, the closing price is literally straight across. So that looks really, really good, holding up nice. This looks like an IPO high tight flag candidate. And if you go to the weekly chart, starting to move out of it. So again, just this is Global E, GLBE, and I do have a position in this particular name. All right, next up, ASAN. I tried to get a position in this name, and I did buy one in here, and I got shaken out down here, just the way it goes. Price has recovered nicely since. You see the uptrend is still intact. So it is what it is. Again, this buyback in has been on much lower volume, compared to this one, to this sell-off day. So it does make me a little weary on this one, ASAN. But, again, only price pays. Volume doesn't pay anything. So as long as it's above its moving averages, it looks pretty good. Yeah, something going back to GLBE, something I noticed, it never closed below its 23-day EMA. Pretty amazing, actually, since its inception. So that's pretty cool. All right, going back, next one, NTLA. So remember, know your earnings dates. Like this one has earnings coming up on the 5th. So this had this big gap up, beautiful organized consolidation. It's held its gap beautifully. Looks like it wants to break out its downtrend line. Again, earnings coming up, so that's a crapshoot. But I really like the way that this is shaping up. So that's NTLA. ELAN, Elanco, Animal Pet Care. It broke out to all-time highs. You can see that here's from the IPO, and it is now retesting. Everything is in an uptrend, so that looks good. Earnings are on the 9th, so a week or so. On the earnings, I do have a position in this one as well. I like it as long as it stays above the screen line, and I have a little cushion in it, so I probably will hold through earnings as long as that cushion holds, and if it doesn't, I'll be out. Twitter, a couple socials that are looking good. So Twitter's one of them. Already had earnings. It has this kind of inverse head and shoulders look to it, right? You could kind of, say this is head, shoulder, head, kind of shoulder-ish. It's basing either way. And if it gets above 72, I think it's a great place to manage risk against. Sellers may be getting tired. We'll see. That's Twitter. Looks really nice. MYGN. Myriad Genetics. Again, earnings coming up on the 3rd, but it's kind of just this long consolidation after its big uptrend. If it gets above 3250-ish, that looks, and earnings is in the rearview mirror. I think that a good place to manage risk against. It's MYGN. Next up is Elastic ESTC. Had a double bottom here, broke out, retest, and now moving higher. Everything is bullishly aligned. Things are looking good. We have a little time until earnings. Why couldn't this get back up to, the 170s, all-time highs? Then we'll see what happens. That's ESTC. FVRR, Fiverr. Again, earnings coming up soon. It tried to break out. Has it failed? I don't know. It's right in that green area that I think is important. So it hasn't quite failed yet. As of now, it's still above all moving averages, and they're moving higher. So I think it's a bullish pattern. Again, I probably would wait till after earnings just to see what's going on with this name. But I'm keeping my eyes on it. FVRR. AXNX. Had this cup and handles. It kind of broke out. It's all bullshit aligned. It's a little bit extended, and earnings are coming up. I do hold a small position in this particular name, and I have a cushion, and it's a small position, so I will be holding through earnings. It's within my rules to do that. But I really I like the way this is shaping up. This one, again, nice bullshit aligned right into earnings, and it's AXNX. All right, a solar name, Nova. I haven't looked at this one in a while, but it came back on my scans. You see, this is the VWAP from the IPO, just so you know what the red line is. It's had a cup and handle in the past, and it shot up. Now it came back all the way down, has an inverse head and shoulder-ish look to it, has not confirmed yet. Above 41, that would be confirmation for me. Earnings are out of the way, which is nice. So if this gets above 41, I think that this could potentially, be a nice, new uptrend starting. So we will see. Maybe renewables are starting to look good again. Again, I have another solar name coming up soon. That's Nova, though. NOVA. LTHM. Livent Corporation. So this one has earnings soon, and it's kind of been stuck in a range, to be honest. I think with earnings coming up, obviously the move will happen. If it does have a positive move to earnings, it could easily get back up to this $23, $24 area right up here. And this could be just one consolidation for an even bigger move, right? So it's definitely one I'm keeping my eyes on. I'm not really, I'm not going to buy it right now. Again, earnings are too soon, but definitely have my eyes on this one. LTHM. MP is a chart that I really like also. Has this cup and handle look to it, trying to break out. Again, earnings is too soon on the 5th for me to take a position. But man, if it gets above $39, like all day long, right? You manage risk against there. Even $38. So it's close. It's close. It's just too close to earnings for me to take a position in. But I really like this chart, MP. Next up, ALKS. A lot of mineral type names, a lot of chemical names on this. So ALKS, see, this has been an important area for a long time. Created this base, came back, kind of retested the bottom of it, had earnings already. Now it's trying to consolidate and move higher. Again, the moving averages are bullishly aligned, and this one looks like it wants higher. ALKS. ENPH, right? In-phase energy. So taking a bigger look at this name, right? So we had the big uptrend, went from, even if we started the uptrend from here, 43 to $222-ish. And now it's kind of consolidated, didn't really pull back. I mean, I guess it did. It went back 50% retrace. This is a decent retrace. And now it is trying to make a base and move higher. So this downtrend line, I think, is going to be important. Earnings are out of the way. So price above, 195-ish. I think this can move much higher, right? I mean, all the way through all-time highs. I think it's just a consolidation within an uptrend. Very normal price action, again, like it versus this downtrend line. ENPH, MARA, MARA, Marathon Digital has earnings tomorrow, I believe. So I'll just be careful with that. But it looks like it wants higher with Bitcoin and with the other cryptos doing well. This one may also do well. No reason to think that it can't make it back up to $48, $50 somewhere around there. That's 100% move, not bad. But right now it's making, it's got a higher low in there. Again, with earnings tomorrow, that may hopefully move. I wasn't planning on showing this one, but Silvergate Capital, same idea, but earnings are out of the way. We'd love to see this one move higher too. This one, I actually do have a position in SI. Again, that's kind of off topic right there. DT. Dynatrace, strong uptrend, earnings out of the way, so that's a good news. Again, may need a little consolidation and then a move higher. It actually doesn't even need that much consolidation, to be honest, because it's kind of, you play a versa breakout here, maybe this little tiny bit right there, right? It's got a little month long kind of choppiness in there. Yeah, so that's where I'd kind of play it against. That's DT though, Dynatrace. Next up is another social. That's Snap. Snap had earnings. It has gigantic earnings move. Now it's just kind of marking time, right? Consolidating sideways, its gains. Lower volume, see volume drying up right here. I mean, it looks great. I've never used Snap, don't ever plan on using Snap, but it doesn't really matter because people are buying it. It looks like, again, not many people are selling it. So yeah, this comes right back into the $72, $73 area. It could be a nice risk reward against at least the 23-day EMA, right? Which would probably be around 70. Not too bad. All right, so there you go. There's 17 names, actually 18 because I added SI in there. And I have one short squeeze candidate. That's Arch Resources. Again, this has been an area of support and resistance over and over and over again. There's support again, and now it's moving higher. It has almost, I believe, a 30% short float and like 10 days to cover. So this one has the potential to really move. Again, you see it's a bottoming action. I mean, if this gets back up even to here, $86, that's a nice move, right? It's a 50% move, roughly, not quite 50%, but it's a nice move either way. So it's looking pretty good. Again, it's a short squeeze candidate, earnings out of the way. Just position size accordingly, just because they could be more volatile and they can move against you real quick too. So just be careful with that. But a lot of chemical names, a lot of material names. Overall, MP, LTHM, some solar in there, some social media companies. So it's an interesting mix this week. So if you like these videos, like and subscribe. Again, to my YouTube channel, I really do appreciate it. And check me out on Twitter at AlphaCharts365. I post my scans there every night. So that's where I get a lot of these names from. And tell me what you like, right? Leave a comment down below, and love to see what you guys are looking at. All right. Y'all have a great day. Good luck trading this week. Know your earnings dates. Bye.